offline, if you will, for a while, and then come back with a bigger patch which has been signed off by the maintainer, and I think it's gonna change the dynamics. How exactly, I don't know, but we'll see and we'll learn. So another big thing is distributions. We launched distributions on D.O, and a distribution, for those people that don't know, it's essentially Drupal core bundled with some contributed modules, bundled with some configuration, and it's like a domain-specific solution built on top of Drupal, like a product or a solution. And I think we're really unique here with this concept. I don't think there's any other CMS that has a notion of encouraging people to build distributions on top of the core platform. And I think if we do this well and we're smart about how we do it, I really think it could result in breakout growth for Drupal. I really think it could be a big, big game changer that helps make Drupal the dominant platform on the web. So I'm really excited about that. We do have a number of distributions up. These are the number of distributions that have an actual release. There's many more distributions in the process of getting their first release. So definitely something to watch. All right, the next thing. So the Drupal Association recently hired Jacob Redding as the interim general manager. Jacob has done a fantastic job to date. He's been doing a lot of cleanup work. Initially, he's doing like accounting stuff, bookkeeping stuff. He's assessing the affiliate programs that we have. He's putting the infrastructure in place for DrupalCon Copenhagen and stuff like that. So, that's sort of a lot of tactical, operational work that needed to be done. But I think the next couple of months, we as a community, we need to figure out if we want to get the Drupal Association to the next level, and if so, how that would look like. So, defining goals, defining action plans, all of those things will be something that we'll be working on the next couple of months. And, we need to talk about this as a community. We need your input. We need to figure this out together. So come and talk to us. Come to our session as well. We have a Drupal Association session where, we're able to brainstorm about some of these things later this week. But I'm very excited about it. So keep an eye on it. All right, something else. So 2 years ago in Boston, I basically stood up on stage like this one, except smaller. And in my keynote, I basically said that we needed to look at the semantic web and linked data. And we have, and I'll come back to that in a second. But the idea being that, just as Tim Berners-Lee sort of described in his vision, is that we are evolving from the World Wide Web, which is connecting pages, to the giant global graph, which is connecting lots of different, data elements, if you will, and that will actually bring a ton of new opportunities. It will change the way the web works, and it will mean better search engine optimization, more targeted advertising, deeper integration between different websites, things like mashups, data import, data export, and all of these things. Again, I think as a community, I think we're in a very unique position in that we can help bootstrap the semantic web. I think we can help take the semantic web from sort of an academic environment and bring it to the masses. And I think if we do, it really changes the web, or it really helps change the web. And I think it will even, redefine companies like Google at some point, because it's such a dramatic change. Just imagine, for example, that you can build a graph that connects everything. Everything on the planet connected in one graph, and in such a graph that you can query it. You can run queries against it. And effectively, the web becomes one big database at that point, like one big machine, where all of these individual computers are all starting to behave like one. And that's sort of the long-term vision of the semantic web. And it's very exciting to me. I don't think it will happen overnight. It will take a while, but I think it's sort of a big deal. And if it isn't, and we try it, we will still feel like rock stars 30 years from now. So anyway, so one of the things that happened is, I went up on stage in Boston, we talked about this, and I wanted to give you a quick update on all of the things that basically have changed in the last 2 years and how we've began to fulfill this vision. So we basically made a little video about RDF support in Drupal 7, which is part of Drupal 7 core.
RDF is a way of structuring information on the web. The cool thing about it is when things are marked up in RDF, you can pull information from other websites and treat all that information like it was in your own database. By default, when you download and install Drupal 7, your posts will be marked up with RDF. So will the tags on those posts, the comments on those posts, and the users that posted the comments. So let's take a look at an application that you could build with this kind of data, like a feed reader that could help you make sense of all the different feeds that you're subscribed to. This feed reader could pull in posts from RDF-enabled sites all over the web. With a feed reader like this, you could take a quick look at all of the day's posts and see what the most important topics of the day are. Because the number of comments is marked up with RDF, you can sort all of these posts by how many comments they have. And because all of the users that are posting these comments are also marked up, you could create lists of people that you want to follow and see which posts in your feed these users are commenting on. This one looks pretty interesting. Let's check it out. And it's not just this post and comment information that can be marked up with RDF. In addition to that default RDF, it's easy for developers to add RDF to their module's markup. And if site administrators want, they can customize this RDF too. For instance, if you have a store, you might want to have your products marked up with RDF, including the product description and the price. This would give you the added benefit of showing up as enriched search results in both Yahoo and Google. Enriched search results bring some information from the page up into the search result itself. Yahoo has found that pages with these enriched search results see a 15% increase in the number of click-throughs. So adding RDF to your pages can be good for business. Or if you run an organization and have different people affiliated with your organization, instead of maintaining their contact and bio information on your site, you could just link to their personal profile on their website and pull in the information directly from their site so that you don't have to update and maintain it. This would mean that if something changed on their personal site, it would also update on your site. So in the case of an alumnus, you could have an up-to-date record of where that person is, what their current position is, and their most up-to-date bio. So that's what RDF does. It turns the web into your database and makes it easier for you to share your information with the rest of the world.
So that's a quick video that Liv and Stefan made specifically for Drupal. It's only a first step, but it's something which is possible or will be possible thanks to Drupal 7, which will be possible hopefully hundreds of thousands of websites, which I think is quite compelling and will give us a starting point to do more. All right, so more cool new developments. One other new development that I sort of witnessed the last 6 to 9 months is that there's more big companies getting involved in Drupal, and I wanted to speak briefly about that. For example, I met with several people from Capgemini. We're a very big consulting company, 90,000 employees, and they're starting to do several really large multi-million-dollar projects with Drupal. The exact same thing happened with Accenture. There's probably quite a few people from Accenture in the room right now, or IBM. IBM actually released a number of Drupal sites, which they built internally for customers. And it's a very interesting trend and a very important trend because these companies, they don't jump into a market. They don't start doing these kind of things unless it's big enough for them, right? Unless there is enough momentum and unless the customers, their customers are big enough as well.